you could see how he changed his role, which is commendable. So he's right now a pinch hitter, right? In a way, he's a hitman. And when the wickets fell, he went back to his normal Rohit Sharma. So though the 80 was brilliant. The way he was playing the spinners, the Livingston Hoik, when I think the ball didn't come only, pure magic.
Do you think the scramble seam is playing some part, right? Because when you see Bumrah and Shami bowling, both of them
Mm,
have an upright seam. That seam lands on the pitch and then it seams, right? Either outswing or in swing.
mm,
Siraj, you see, depends a lot on the scramble seam, right? So necessarily the seam doesn't hit the pitch, and maybe that could be a reason why he's not getting enough swing or seam. Why are they so caught up with, you know, those olden days,
fixed.
90s, when we were in 90s, 250 was a match winning score. Guys, it's 2023. Even 350 is not a safe score now, right?
When
So
all this happens, the
mm,
media really blows out of proportion. And तो राशिद लतीफ is saying कि payments नहीं मिली सैलरी प्लेयर्स को 5 महीने से, कुछ प्लेयर्स को बाबर चीफ सिलेक्टर को कॉल कर रहा है, वो फोन नहीं उठा रहा है. I'm like, why is this coming now? I mean, nobody's talking about the problems or
yeah,
performances, but
apparently their
oh,
social media manager also got sacked or something, right? So
somebody else is coming
yeah,
to
yeah,
from
yeah, so
Pakistan.
yeah, he's
So
being sent back to Pakistan and stuff. So
कैप्टन छोड़ के सबको सैक कर देंगे ये लोग. अभी
yeah,
माय गेस इज मेकिंग यार था ये पूरा
yeah.
साउथ अफ्रीकन कंटिंजेंट, आई थिंक हु वाज सपोर्टिंग साउथ अफ्रीका सीक्रेटली सब सीधा South Africa. 4, I have a feeling now instead of 2 or 3. Looks like
Mm.
India, South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand for me. And yeah,
Oh
unfortunately,
man, South Africa Australia revisit of 1999 semi-final.
अरे इंडिया न्यूजीलैंड भी होगा ने 2019
Revisit
वाला.
of 2019. Oh god.
सारे गो सिक्स एक्सर्स करने होंगे.
Hello, all, and welcome to a new video on the Third Man Musings. Well, we have just now completed with the India versus England match, and again, as Indian fans, we are truly ecstatic. Who would have thought that India would make such a resounding comeback after being wrapped up for 229 today? But we did, and it's an amazing victory. So we will be discussing the India versus England match that happened today, and an amazing week also for the World Cup. Right? Everybody was cribbing that, hey, all matches are one sided, nothing is going down the wire, and then God was like, okay, bhai, now I'll give you the matches you want. So we had three close matches this week, so we'll be discussing that as well. But before we go in depth into that, Sumit, how big was this win for India today and for us as Indian fans on this juggernaut that's rolling for the World Cup for India right now?
So this was one of those matches where I thought if we lose, it's okay, because I think we are like peaking too much, and now I think we have to think in terms of we'll win the World Cup unbeaten like Australia. So we can dream now because the team really looks very dominant, and this was a very good practice in a way. I was disappointed with England's batting approach, honestly, but the way India's batting unfolded, wherein Kohli went out for a duck, and that is always a scary part, and then Shreyas also went up, so we were three down with very little runs, and then the middle order stood up. So, and I remember when Shami went, it was 180 for 7. From there to go to 230. So clearly shows we do not need a number 8. So that is also one thing that got validated. Bumrah made 16. I think he and Shami are now going to have a battle amongst themselves. Who's the new number 8 of this team? Even Kuldeep was fairly decent. So I think now we are at least secure there. No more Shardul unless they want to rest somebody against Netherlands or Sri Lanka. So uh, a very positive win because we didn't bat so well and the pitch was tougher. I think England got the better pitch, but then our bowling skill stood up. And for now, I think the confidence I have in our bowling is much more than our batting, which is a rare thing for an Indian fan. So it was a very, and we bowled with three bowlers effectively. Think about it: Bumrah, Shami, and Kuldeep. Siraj was on some other trip today, so I think something went somewhere, and his fielding also went all over the place. And Jadeja was Jadeja, gun barrel bowling, and Vokes I think gifted him a wicket. So at the end, a complete performance. I think you couldn't have asked for better. And yeah, we batted first, so that's one of the things we really wanted to do.
Yeah.
So we didn't do a good job of it, but I hope against Sri Lanka, which is the next match in Wankhede, we get a bat first, and let's see if we can post a 350, 400 total. What South Africa is doing for fun nowadays. So jumping to the match review in terms of, we'll just talk about the batting, and I think one person to talk about mainly Rohit Sharma. So a lot of criticism, fun we made of him on this channel itself, and this guy I think was storing all this form and fitness because he played till the 30th over and looks fitter, and you could see how he changed his role, which is commendable. So he's right now a pinch hitter, right? In a way, he's a hitman. And when the wickets fell, he went back to his normal Rohit Sharma. So though the 80 was brilliant. The way he was playing the spinners, the Livingston Hoik, when I think the ball didn't come only, pure magic. So best innings of this World Cup, I think, for Rohit Sharma, even though he did 100, I remember, but this
Correct.
was class part.
Yeah, definitely in terms of the pitch today, right? Because and the Lucknow pitch today caught all of us. We knew that traditionally Lucknow isn't a great place for batting, right? But what caught us off guard was in the first innings, it was so slow. The ball was hardly coming onto the bat, no seam movement, right? Hardly the ball deviated. And in the second innings, it totally changed character. It came onto the bat very quickly, but it started seaming around, right? So total contrast, but I think his innings today defined the match for India, right? Rightly adjust the man of the match because India were 40 for 3, a big stalwart like Kohli gone for 0, Shreyas out for 4, Shubman also gone quickly. So if he had fallen at that point of time, India would have got folded for
Collapse.
150, right? And he looked so composed. He picked the right balls to hit shots, right? And he knew that initial phase, if he weathered it out, played singles, I thought that partnership with Rahul was very impressive, right? They looked in control until Rahul hit that shot and got out. But I think they quickly assessed that this is not a 323 350 pitch, right? I think they were aiming for 270 280, and then eventually, I mean,
Mm.
Rohit got out at the wrong time, Surya got out at the wrong time, right, when India was looking ready to launch. So that pulled back India by around 30 40 runs. But his innings was phenomenal. His footwork was good, and he had clarity in mind. He never looked like he would get out, and it was a surprise when he eventually did get out.
Yeah, it was a nailed on 100. But yeah, again, he was aggressive. I think that's one of the good things, not playing for a century. And one more commendable innings was Surya,
Mm.
because not a typical Surya innings. He is a finisher nowadays, but he still played 49 or 46, 47 balls. Didn't go for his 50, which would have been the easiest thing to do. Just take a single and, pad up your 50s. But the range he showed and the calm he showed, and he was always a brilliant player of spin. So now it's like very difficult to drop him. I think Pandya will take one more game to recover. So one more match for a shootout between Surya and Shreyas, and then let's see what happens against South Africa on Sunday. And then coming to the bowling, I, very important to mention the 12th man, which is the crowd. You could just feel it bursting through the TV, the atmosphere, and the oohs and ahs, and the pressure that was built on England. Because, anyways, they're a bit demotivated right now, but they broke the back. I mean, Bumrah was just making the ball talk all over, and you could see the difference. Because Siraj that was like a missed call, right? Bumrah's ball was talking, and Siraj's ball was just doing nothing, and you were like. Definitely you can see the skill level so different, the skill level, right? And kudos to Rohit to notice that and take out Siraj very soon and get in Shami, which eventually built that pressure from both sides because Bumrah was alone. So that 4 wicket, I mean 30 for 0 I remember, and 39 for 4,
Yeah.
I think we won the match there and then. It was just a matter of getting Butler because he is one of those very dangerous players. After that, I was also assured, but then the dew came in, so there was one more factor. Can a bowler scope up? And then Kuldeep Yadav spun the ball. I think ball of the century. It might be the probably
Just
might be.
ripped, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't turned this much through the entire match. One ball only
Yeah.
turned for him, like
Apparently,
proper
that
proper
ball turned 7 degrees.
segment
7
degrees.
degrees. That's huge. Yeah.
That's huge. So Butler was
Yeah.
completely dumbfounded with that, and after that, yeah, it was a procession only. We knew it was just coming, and thankfully India wrapped it up sooner so that yeah we could shoot this episode on time. Otherwise, it gets very late for us. So thank you to the Indian team and a special mention to the England team. So do you? What is the challenge with the England team? I really want to understand because this is a crazy outfit, right? We all were talking about 350, 400 for fun, and they started like that in the first match. I really think the first match had an impact on them, wherein
It did. It
New
did.
Zealand really broke them with the 45 over chase. So everybody is like a legend in that team, right? In terms of batting.
Correct.
Where do you see the problem? It's
No,
mental or?
again, nobody can question the quality of this team, right? Almost the same team won the 2019 World Cup, right? Hardly changes here and there.
Hmm.
And almost the same team won the T20 World Cup last year also, right? So
Correct.
there is definitely, I mean, we can't say, oh no, this person shouldn't have been brought, somebody X. or why he should have been brought from England, right? But I don't know, their batting especially, right? I think their bowling is still doing okay. They did well in today's game also. I think restricting India to 229 was a great feat, right? Nobody expected that. But their batting, look at the stats, right? They got bundled out against Afghanistan in around 40 overs. Against Sri Lanka, again they got bundled out for 156. Against South Africa, 170 all out. Against India, again today, 129 all out. So they're struggling to get 200 also. I
Mm.
mean, and here is a side who we thought would get 300, 350 on a canter, right? And you're
Mm.
right. I think you hit the nail on the head. That first match, right? I think the beating they got in that, where New Zealand chased the target in 36 overs, beat them by 9 wickets.
26.
Somehow,
Mm.
I think that really derailed their campaign, and I think it's about the conditions also, right? I think
Mm.
they've been kind of circumspect. Even today, you saw, right? Like I know only Stokes tried to really, hit the ball. That was a wild slog. He got bowled, but
Uh,
nobody else like tried to put some pressure. I thought they could have promoted Mark Wood, right? I mean,
it's such a
in
slogger.
the South Africa game, he slogged 40 or 40, close to 40 runs, I think. So I thought maybe they could have tried out of the box, but it's clearly visible. Now they just want to
Mm.
take the next flight to London and just leave ASAP. So that's pretty visible.
Yeah. So that's we get a new world champion, and like you said in the last episode, now it's getting just even more real.
Yeah.
And it would have been good to have a competitive match, but yeah. And the tailenders look good, right? Rashid also playing so well.
Yeah.
Timed of boundary here and there. So if they had just held on, played with some logic, because the dew really was coming in, they
Correct.
could have actually feasted in the last 20 overs, and this was a small chase. So sometimes common sense is not that common, and that is what we saw today. And Ben Stokes, just one thing, he was at sea. That Shami spell, 1.5
Yeah. He
overs,
couldn't touch a ball also.
he could,
Yeah.
and it was very similar to the World Cup T20 final, if you remember, against Pakistan. There
Hmm.
also, this guy was just struggling, and that scared me that
Correct.
this might be one of those days. But that delivery of which he got out was, I think, the worst delivery Shami bowled to him. Very simple, right? It was straight. And he just
Correct.
like went for a wild hog. I don't know why this concept of tip and run, which we used to do as kids, why isn't
Correct.
that followed in international cricket?
Correct.
Because just rotate the strike, right? 230 is nothing in today's age.
Correct.
So they didn't
And
make.
that's an underrated rate of 50 overs, right? In 20 overs, let's say you are 39 for 4, then you can't make a comeback almost, right? But 50 overs, you
Yeah.
get a little bit of test cricket also. You can play that stage where you play cautiously, build a base, and then you can go big like T20s. So India today, that is also a big factor. 40 for 3, we had the ability to make
Mm-hmm.
a comeback because the format provides you the room to
Yeah.
do so as well.
And Rahul is in the form of his life, and that was again a very good consolidation innings. Not a great strike
Yeah.
rate, but he did the job that was meant to be. And then he went for the attack also. Kudos to him. He
Correct.
got out because the pitch nature again, but he didn't held on. Again, he was 39, right? So he could have again played for his runs, but very good innings. So the bowling also shone through. I really see Siraj as the only problem. Maybe he's
Hmm.
overworked. Maybe needs a
Hmm.
game off. And of course, I think Shami can't be like rested also.
Correct. He's
Maybe,
back with a vengeance.
yeah, proving a
Yeah,
point, and very soon going to be the highest World Cup wicket taker for India. I think his
correct.
last week said was 44, 35, 36. He's already taken 8, I think, in 2 games. It's
Mm.
just a matter of, I think, probably next review he'll be there.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
One question on Siraj. Do you think the scramble seam is playing some part, right? Because when you see Bumrah and Shami bowling, both of them
mm,
have an upright seam. That seam lands on the pitch and then it seams, right? Either outswing or in swing.
mm,
Siraj, you see, depends a lot on the scramble seam, right? So necessarily the seam doesn't hit the pitch, and maybe that could be a reason why he's not getting enough swing or seam.
yeah, he is a primarily swing bowler, and I think he used the scramble seam to deceive Babar Azam. You remember? I think
Correct.
that's.
Yeah.
I think he
Yeah.
thinks that's it. He's made it in life. मैं वही बोल करूँगा. And it doesn't work. And I think somebody needs to tell him that, because ability wise, he was actually the number two pacer, right? Shami
Correct.
is third
Correct.
now.
Yeah.
So
Imagine. Yeah.
just a matter of tweaking something. But yeah, that's the heartening part. With three bowlers also we won, and I will give India like 70% credit the bowling, but I think 30% has to go to England also because of the way they played and mentally
Correct.
how they were not there. So good omens. Let's see if he gets a break. Probably giving a break is not a bad idea. I'll be honest, because
Hmm.
this guy has been bowling for a long time. I mean, Bumrah is very fresh. Shami also hardly plays, but this
Correct.
he has been the stalwart for this Indian team.
Correct.
So let's hope he gets a break against Sri Lanka so that he comes back against South Africa, and
Hmm.
fiery and all. I think dropping him might work. What worked for Shami.
Yeah, Shami. Yeah. Then he
Yeah,
also has a point to prove, right? Yeah.
yeah. And you get Shardul back, so I want to see him once before
I would
he's
rather
gone.
see Ash.
अरे अश्विन कहाँ गिरेगा मुंबई में वहाँ मतलब हाँ मतलब Ashwin will give less runs than Shardul on Moon also, I think. That pitch is moving now, turn. But अब ठीक
Yeah.
है. So pretty much, yeah, 6 out of 6. In terms of the road ahead, problem wise, I just see two issues now, and it's a happy issue actually. First one is a happy issue because Shreyas is clearly not again got out to a short ball on a slow pitch against Vokes, so it's like not even wood. So not making use of his chances, and I know the team management has, but now with the way Surya played and with our legendary all-rounder slotted to come back in very soon, he has one game I feel. And what do you think is the good call here between Surya and Shreyas on current form?
I think I would go with Surya, right? Although earlier I was actually preferring Shreyas because he has a good game against,
Spin.
spinners in the middle,
Mm,
right? But then I don't know, he's again getting out too frequently to the short ball, right? Which is a concern. And not only the short ball, even his temperament to play those long innings. He's playing so often these innings of very good looking 2030s, but if they're not getting converted, it doesn't help, right? Whereas Surya's quality you saw today, I think even if he had fallen early, despite Rohit innings, we might have ended up around just 190, 200. So the value that he brings in, and on his day, he could get us to a match-winning score, right? If his pyrotechnics work off. So, and he's the only batsman in the Indian team who sweeps, right? So that is also a
mm.
differentiator. So I think I would go ahead with Surya now, considering the current situation.
And the next one is Jadeja, which we talk about a lot, and he played a decent 30 in the last innings. But this today missed a straight ball, and today was a perfect day to make a 25 of 35. He didn't even have to play at 6 and over. So one of the concerns again is batting. His bowling is a bank. We thought it might not be, but he's giving you 10 overs very consistently. So no problems there. So one of the things, but again, he's not getting dropped, he's not getting
Yeah.
substituted, nothing is happening, he's playing. So something needs to be seen. Maybe give him a promotion against Sri Lanka. I think since we are through, might as
Mm.
well against Sri Lanka and Netherlands is something. Against South Africa, I will still go with my full formation, full strategy. Give him a chance and let him have a long bat to get the confidence, because now that we are fixed on four bowlers, we need a number seven who can be reliable, which I don't see. So let's see if
Correct.
they
And that's a very good point to mention. The Sri Lanka match is in Mumbai and the Netherlands match is in Bangalore. Both batting beauties,
batting
right?
lead.
So that also plays a big factor. Yeah.
Hmm. So, so let's see how it goes. Now coming to we'll jump to some team reviews
Hmm.
covering the epic matches this week. So we'll start with our favorite team, our neighbors, and like we had talked about in our reviews, they started two qualifiers, and now there were four teams, which was going to determine the fate. And sadly, all four they lost, and two of them came this week, one by one. So we'll start with the Ashes 3.0, Pakistan versus Afghanistan, and that was, and it was a thumping. It wasn't an upset because Afghanistan made it look close, but they were like 8 wickets से जीते 48 overs में chase हुआ, and very professional chase. So in that match, who do you blame? I mean, I can't blame the bowlers honestly. So
No,
yeah.
again, it was the slow batting which killed it,
Mm.
right? Because if you saw in the last 6 overs, Iftikhar and Shadab played that much, right?
Yeah,
Iftikhar
yeah,
and
yeah.
Shadab
They gave you that.
really batted very well in the last 5, 6 overs. In fact, they brought the score to 280, right? Otherwise, it was again looking on par for a 260 sort of score. So
Mm.
again, I would blame the batting there. I think the top three, especially
Whoa.
Imam and Babar again, right?
Uh,
I mean, why are they so caught up with those olden days
fixed.
90s when we were in 90s 250 was a match winning score, guys. It's 2023. 350 is not a safe score now, right?
No,
So
no.
they have to get the ball moving, and that's where they failed, I think. And then once Gurbaz and
Imran.
Ibrahim Zadran got off to that start, the writing was on the wall for Pakistan.
And Afghanistan, you were asking where is Noor Ahmed, and they saved Noor Ahmed all this while losing so many matches just to take
Win
him out
this one match.
for Pakistan versus Chennai.
Yeah,
This is a very Ajay Jadeja type of move.
yeah.
कि भाई इसी के साथ launch करूँ, and he got 3 wickets. He got
Hmm.
Abdullah, he got Babar, he got Rizwan. So he broke the back. So he did the job, and Babar got his runs, but again, it's the same story. He'll get his runs, but it'll be a strike rate of 75, 80, and he won't finish the job. I mean, see, Kohli also does this thing. Like Babar does a 38 or 50, Kohli does a 35 or 50, in fact, at times. But once they hit the 50s, Kohli goes into 200 strike rate territory, and Babar just gets out. And before his 50, also, Babar takes his 10, 12 balls in those last 5, 6 runs. He takes singles and all. So it's being talked about. His captaincy was always an issue to start
Hmm.
with, but now it's
Will
getting a
probably
balance.
get sacked, right, after this tournament.
The scary part is Rizwan is the prospective captain, so I don't know what is
Shaheen
worse.
could be Shaheen also, right? Couple of
Shaheen
chances.
करता है, but Rizwan has too much power, right?
Hmm.
I still believe that guy has something, because there's
Hmm.
no way in hell he can bat at 4 for a national team. There are Iftikhar, there's Shadab, even Nawaz looks better than him at times. So he
Yeah.
cannot bat at 4. He's getting shown up, right? As soon as वो श्रीलंका की सेंचुरी पे उछल रहे हैं, तब से उसने मारा है, but since the quality opposition came, 4 मैचेस से रन नहीं आए. And the last match, coming to, now let's jump to the
Hmm.
second match. South Africa के साथ, the day where it is in Chennai. Now
Hmm.
this pitch is actually same as Afghanistan. So getting 280, 290 is what they needed. ये आके मानने लग गया कि मैं दिखाऊंगा aggression. Of all days to show aggression, he decided मैं चेन्नई पे दिखाऊंगा to prove. So he got 31 or 21, which is good on
Yeah.
paper, but this was perfect pitch for him to play his kind of
Hmm.
game, 60 or 60, and let the other people hit around him. Babar also, he made his 50 as usual and then got out. So Shakil and this guy Shadab, they
Hmm.
saved their ass. Otherwise,
Correct.
that match was again
Rare
gone.
failure for Iftikhar in that match, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
वो promote कर दिया उसको 5 पे. And the problem, that's what you see with Babar. If anybody bats, the other guy ends up having to hit, because Babar will say मैं single I'll keep one end safe. वो दूसरा वाला मारने लग जाता है. And Iftikhar is a brawler. मतलब वो, when he hits the ball, it really stays hit. He's like damn strong. So
Correct.
kind of misused him there. And the bowlers again bowled their hearts out, and South Africa, I think, eased them also. South Africa, while chasing the World Cup, is a scary story. I read some statistic, don't remember it. Get it next time after India versus South Africa, but they really struggle chasing in World Cups.
Yeah.
So there's a mental game there. So they gifted the match to Pakistan because they were coasting. 40-41 उसमें जीत जाना चाहिए था, but then Markram decided to have fun. अच्छा खासा, he was
Yeah.
playing at 80, gave wicket, and 3 wickets left, 25, 30 runs. Match was in the bag. But I don't know where the Yorkers went. Could you understand why they were bowling test match linked to tailenders? I mean, Yorker डालना चाहिए
Yeah,
था.
I mean, what good is that plays and misses, right? Okay, you get some psychological victory, but then at the end you need the wickets, right? And then again, how does Nawaz end up in these positions of
Last
bowling the
time.
last over always, right? I don't know what calculation Babar does, but he always runs out of options. And Nawaz, I thought, and I remember texting you that day also. We were
Hmm.
discussing this in parallel. Usama Mir would have been a better option, right? Maybe if he got a googly or a
Correct.
good turning left arm spin, leg spin ball, he could have got the tailenders out. But then Nawaz bowls two loose deliveries, and obviously they were punished. So kudos that day. I think at least Maharaj and Shamsi really held their nerve, right?
Shamsi
Because at
was
the end,
very
yeah,
lucky, हाँ.
because
पहली बॉल शम्सी की
correct,
एज लग के उस साइड चली गई टबल के, एंड देन
correct,
डीआरएस पे एम्पायर स्कोर पे बच
correct.
गया. सो
Yeah,
but that's a good point. If Osama Mir had bowled, he bowls a slow motion. Okay, it's very funny how
correct.
he bowls. स्लो मोशन में इतना हाई टॉस होता है उसका, और नंबर 11 can't control himself. He would
I know
definitely
he
go
would
for it.
have gone for the slog. Yeah,
Exactly, and that is a very good chance to get them. So again, and नवाज बोल्ड हाफ ट्रैकर लेग पे, वो भी वो केशव ने मार दिया उठा के. So again, brain dead captaincy at times. He's not, and singles were so easy. So everybody knew South Africa is scared, and they were
hmm.
genuinely scared. वो नहीं मारते. They wouldn't have like tried to hit over mid off mid on. This guy kept all his fielders inside the circle, on the circle, and the singles were coming. But South
Yeah,
Africa was even being Pakistan, and they didn't do tip and most times. तो दोनों एक दूसरे को जिताने में लगे हुए थे. And इनमें DRS is what they're crying about, but
correct.
apparently RBD का DRS is also empire's call, and It
Yeah.
evens out eventually.
But
So,
one thing credit to them, I think they showed more fight than the Afghanistan match.
oh,
Afghanistan
definitely.
match, I think their body language was very flat. And once,
Hmm.
even after Gurbaz and Zadran got out, also you felt that there was no way they
Inevitable.
could come back. But here, I think they really fought. They got those key wickets. They were 136 for 4 at one point, South Africa, and you
Hmm.
almost felt that Pakistan could win this match, right? So definitely good comeback, but unfortunately not enough on the day. And now they're looking at a early
I
exit.
think they're out. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how Kudrat ka Nizam will help them now. I don't know how many results have to go in their favor. A lot, and they have to win all the games also,
New
which is
Zealand has to lose all its matches virtually.
correct.
Yeah.
And now England has only one thing left now, it is England and Pakistan. तो
Yeah.
वही है एक वो जीत के चले जाओ at least you beat one big team otherwise they're going to have the most they are right now at 10 below
Hmm.
Netherlands. It's
Correct.
really bad of defending champion at 10, right? So they
Correct.
will have some pride to play for. So yeah, and Pakistan mein, the gossip is that again Pakistan when all this happens the
Hmm.
media really blows out of proportion and तो Rashid Latif was saying कि payments नहीं मिली salary players को 5 महीने से कुछ players को बाबर चीफ सेलेक्टर को कॉल कर रहा है वो फोन नहीं उठा रहा है I'm like why is this coming now? I mean nobody's talking about the problems or
Yeah.
performances but
Apparently,
oh,
their social media manager also got sacked or something, right?
ah
So,
somebody else is coming
yeah,
to
yeah,
from
yeah. So,
Pakistan.
yeah, he's
So
being sent back to Pakistan and stuff. So,
कैप्टन छोड़ के सबको सैक कर देंगे ये लोग अभी
yeah.
माय गेस इज मेकिंग यार था ये पूरा
Yeah.
साउथ अफ्रीकन कंटिंजेंट आई थिंक हु वाज सपोर्टिंग साउथ अफ्रीका सीक्रेटली सब
Yeah.
सीधा साउथ अफ्रीका जाएंगे आफ्टर
Yeah.
द
That was
वर्ल्ड
also
कप.
a meme, no? There was a meme with the photos of these two, the only two South Africans who were unhappy after that match. So, yeah, but I think theirs will be the
No,
first
no.
heads that will get rolled out.
Yeah, let's see what the captaincy happens. So very entertaining and hopefully, yeah, let's see more entertainment. This obsession with Harris Ruff also I don't understand because Wasim Junior genuinely bowled his heart out. Was one of the
Was
killer bowlers.
credit to the guy. Yeah, he
Yeah.
really bowled well. Yeah,
वो
really
बेचारा
bowled
लंगड़ा
well.
था उसमें भी चिल्ला रहा था बाबर बैठ के
Yeah, yeah.
आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड he's actually can't bowl right but he bowled, still tried at the end
Correct.
bowled and he's the one of few who tried Yorkers so
Correct.
uh, let's see and they don't have anybody in the squad so अगर हारिस
Hmm.
ऑफ जाएगा हसन अली वापस आएगा now you wait
Hmm.
for the next virus who gets viral fever नहीं हसन अली apparently had viral that's why but
Is Fakar Zaman going to get a game? That is an important question now.
if he doesn't get now I don't know when because
Hmm.
his knee must have like recovered broken again recovered again by now वो
Hmm.
पता नहीं खेलता कहाँ पे जो इंजरी उसकी चल रही है they but the problem is Abdullah is genuinely playing well and he needs to be given a run and Imam is nephew of Inzamam Ulaq so that is where I think they're getting stuck कि कहाँ लाए फकर को 3 and 4
Correct.
तो उस पे लिखा हुआ है like लकीर पे लिखा हुआ है कि यही खेलेंगे कोई रोटेशन नहीं होगा so
Correct.
they're their own enemies. I mean, potentially a good team, but yeah, really just
Hmm.
wasted their potential and getting exposed now with all those
Correct.
series against Minnows and B, C, D teams. Now that ICC rankings coming back to haunt them. So
Correct.
yeah, that's Pakistan and Pakistan reignited one of the teams of the tournament. Now I'm scared for that because most likely we might face them in the semis. That's Australia. So we discussed right how they were really crap in the first two matches, but it's Australia. It's World Cup. Something will happen, and Pakistan should have killed them that day, and we would have been happy and to play Pakistan probably in the semis. सब पैसे भी बनाते हैं हम खुश भी होते हैं जीत भी जाते हैं मोस्ट लाइकली अब वी माइट बी फेसिंग ऑस्ट्रेलिया हु एंड ट्रेविस हेड कम्स फ्रॉम ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड
100 of 60 balls.
180 runs in 20 overs धर्मशाला में चल क्या रहा है ये
Yeah.
और my god and Marsh at 3 so now they just need to decide कि Stoinis कैसे डालेंगे so I think Smith और Marnus के बीच में they're struggling because one is a legend
They
and one
have
is a
to take a hard call, I feel now, right?
yeah. English is also playing so well so now their seven is done. They just need to figure how to fit Stoinis because he is a very good player. मतलब वो X factor player है. Pakistan के साथ he took those wickets with the ball, and he's a and Maxwell और Stoinis में दोनों चाहिए end में. I think Maxwell still is very volatile. You need one more finisher with him. And Cummins is brilliant. वो उसने जो उड़ाया बैठ के 8 पे, he's a brilliant batter. Stark भी उड़ा लेता है. So they actually look very risky now. The only problem I think is Stark का bowling. Still not the
Correct.
radar is not working.
The radar is not working, yeah. The
But
only place where Australia can get knocked out in a knockout
hmm,
match in semi-final or final is their bowling, right? Because their batting is looking really
now
good.
certainly,
The bowling
yeah.
also they almost conceded the target of
You said
389 to New Zealand. So and even that last ball, actually Nisham got a full toss. Unfortunately, he couldn't
Rayani.
hit it, right? But the bowling is a weak part, but that batting is looking superb now,
Yeah.
especially
And
with heads return.
yeah, yeah. Don't know. how does somebody come with so much form sitting in Australia with a fractured arm? It's really like, and now you understand why they were waiting for him probably, right? हम तो
Yeah,
कब से कह रहे थे कि इस तनवीर संगा आ जाएगा, but
yeah.
they stuck
Hats
to
off
the
to the
gun.
move. I think we have to appreciate that. Yeah.
Correct that they didn't take the easy option, ki get the second spinner because Zampa wasn't working, and Zampa still is not working in terms of
Hmm.
his economy, but wickets
Wickets.
he's
Yeah.
still every game he's getting wickets. So everything is looking so rosy for them, and now yeah, that's the scary part for me in the semis meeting them. I would prefer the कि वो three पे ही आ जाए, but
Huh.
problem ये है three पे आएंगे तो न्यूजीलैंड four पे आएगा, which is even worse. So
Again, the bogey side for us. So
तो एक तरफ
I
कुआं एक
think
तरफ
we'll have to
खाएगा.
bite the bullet now. In semis and finals, we'll get tough
अरे
teams
वो
itself. Yeah.
हाँ हाँ मतलब अभी तो on current form तो we can beat anybody I think, but
Yeah.
it's just the semi वाला thing ना. I
Yeah.
really want India to have one bad match before the semis, but I think होने
No,
नहीं
we'll
वाली.
win like 2003,
Uh,
2007 Australia.
देख I witnessed to that episode. If he loses the semis, somebody will be crying. So, so
Yeah.
Australia, yeah, so Australia is back on track. They're
Hmm.
surely coming through. So I think the top
Definitely.
four is solidified after
Hmm.
the Australian win against New Zealand and Pakistan losing to South Africa. I think four is pretty much nailed on. Now it's all about Sri Lanka trying to pull an upset here and there, and Netherlands trying to punch above the weight. And then Pakistan matches are brilliant. I think
Hmm.
that is I think the what's left for me in the World Cup because Pakistan is
Correct.
Bangladesh in Kolkata, so that should be the
Yeah.
Ashes 4.2.
Yeah.
वहां पे
But
भी चलेंगे.
Bangladesh has problems of their
There
own,
are
right? I
yeah, yeah, a
mean,
lot of problems. But wait, Kolkata है, Pakistan है, and
yeah.
wait, Ashes 4.0, so they keep building this series with them. And England will definitely have a point to prove. I think by then
Hmm.
England will be so pissed off. They're like, अब तो जो होगा, मतलब they'll
Hmm.
either get 100 all or they'll score 400 and go.
Correct.
So that should be an epic match. And
Correct.
last is coming to New Zealand, a very hearty effort, and these are the kind of losses where I think a team gains confidence than
True.
loses. So a brilliant finish, and I didn't expect it honestly after getting 390, which was less by the way, because if you remember the last two overs, Australia was I think 388 for seven,
Yeah.
and they just lost all the wickets. नहीं तो
Yeah.
आराम से 400 405 रन थे
Yeah.
उस पिच में. So विलियमसन नहीं है. Will Young was I think taking inspiration from Babar. We made I think 27 of 35. And after that also, they kept going. Rachin Ravindra, I think this is the Ravindra we want, but it's not the Ravindra we get. So this guy bowls, bowling में still Jaddu is better. I
Correct.
still,
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
eh, but such guy has class. पता है मतलब पहले लगता था लप्पा type से, but he genuinely has shots all around.
Very
And then the
good technique.
attitude.
Yeah.
And the attitude is something. Wait, Rachin is Rahul plus Sachin. As per his father, that's how he made
Yeah.
got his name. So living up to that name, batch at three also. So he's so that match was amazing. I mean, after that match, so New Zealand is in a fun situation because New Zealand ironically played all the easy matches and they beat England on day one, which set this competition apart. But after that,
Correct.
they got all the easy matches and they lost to India. So and अभी वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया से भी हार गए. So they
Correct.
are what 3 matches
If
left?
yeah,
Yeah.
if Pakistan had beaten South Africa, then New Zealand would have been in a slightly sticky situation,
Mm,
right? Because they still have South Africa, they still have Sri Lanka, and they
mm.
still have one more team, right? Um
New Zealand, South Africa, Sri Lanka,
uh,
Pakistan ना?
Pakistan, yeah.
Bangalore.
So, then that would have been a very sticky sort of situation for them. But now I think they should be good. But that Daryl Mitchell and Rachin Ravindra partnership is
Formation.
amazing there, right? Even if they
Mm.
lose two quick wickets up front, they have these two at 3 and 4. And then, Latham also is a very good number five,
Very good,
right? The
handy.
other day also, until he played that reverse sweep, he was actually doing well. And
Mm.
Glenn Phillips on his day can be amazing. That day, unfortunately, he couldn't
Mm.
score big.
He was bowling that day.
But yeah, but now they'll have to take a call on whether they'll continue with Chapman or whether
Yeah, I
they'll
think.
continue with Neesham, or once Williamson comes in, both these guys go out of the picture. So
I think
they'll, yeah,
William to
probably
gaya.
Will
Yes,
Young
sir.
will go, right?
Uh,
Yeah,
Ravindra goes to open, Williamson comes at three. I think that
yeah,
will happen. I don't know when Williamson कल बेचारा कब आएगा फिर कौन सी इंजरी होगी उसकी किस्मत
correct.
ही खराब चल रही है.
Semis,
So
I think now, definitely,
seriously, सीधा. Wow.
or maybe the last match before the semis, I guess,
Which is
right?
Pakistan, I think, no? Bangalore.
No,
Think
they
so.
have one more match after that.
After that. Okay.
I think
कौन है? श्रीलंका होगी या साउथ अफ्रीका?
New
श्रीलंका
Zealand,
साउथ
Sri Lanka is the last, yeah, the
अफ्रीका.
last
अच्छा.
one, yeah.
हाँ, तो ठीक है. That so yeah, they Chapman is a better batter than Nisham, and Nisham इतना bowler अच्छा नहीं वो he still got hit. I
He
think he
got
gives you
hit,
an
yeah.
option.
Uh,
So, but yeah, that was a brave inning. So it will be difficult for them to drop him. But Chapman is a very good number seven, and Bangalore ka pitch, so he'll be murderous. So
Hmm.
it should be interesting how they call. But New Zealand figures these things out. I Yeah, top four. They will come four. I have a feeling now instead of two or three. Looks like
Hmm.
India, South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand for me. And yeah,
Oh
unfortunately,
man, South Africa, Australia revisit of 1999 semi-final.
अरे इंडिया इंडिया न्यूजीलैंड भी होगा ने 2019
Revisit
वाला
of 2019. Oh god.
सारे गोल्स
Yeah.
एक्सर्स करने होंगे so if India और साउथ अफ्रीका फाइनल हुआ that means people have
Yeah.
redeemed themselves कि हाँ
Yeah.
सबने बदला ले लिया अपना बाकी तो हाँ
Hmm.
so in all, yeah, this week I think brought back 50 over cricket to
Yeah.
life because it was really going bad. I think before that, very. आज भी match close हो जाता है. England didn't want to fight. Otherwise, today's match should have been a good cracking match also with that
Correct.
score and everything conditions.
Correct.
So yeah, let's see now. Next week, I think next week when we review India South Africa.
Hmm.
I think we'll be sorted in terms of I think this will be the same four, but we'll have I think more upsets to talk about because I have a feeling Sri Lanka is going to do some things in the middle. They have sorted. By the way,
Yeah.
Lahiru Kumara got injured now.
Oh, he's
Latest,
ruled out or what?
yeah, they're getting the third
Oh.
replacement. So Dushman Chamira is coming.
Oh my
So,
god.
so everybody is just
What is it with Lahiru Kumara? And he plays one or two matches and he gets injured again.
विक्ट्री देके चला गया तो वही ना वो करुणा रत्ने आ गया
Hmm.
उसको रिप्लेस करके मैथ्यूज खेल रहा था लास्ट टाइम आई वाज शॉक्ड व्हेन आई सॉ मैथ्यूज बोले मेरे का ये कहां से आ गया भाई ये मतलब ये टेस्ट मैच में नहीं दिखता था
By the
ही
way,
इज ऑब्वियसली
kudos to
नॉट
the
फिट
guy. 2011
टू
World
विकेट्स
Cup, he used to, he
करेक्ट
played then
करेक्ट
and he's come
he
back
looked
now. Yeah.
so unfit and
Yeah.
I didn't know he was in reserves. Did you know? I was very shocked when I
No,
saw him
no.
bowling.
I in fact thought he maybe retired or something.
You know,
So,
but he looked so unfit. वो फिर भी
yeah.
मतलब he was just चल चल
Yeah.
के
But
120 पे
credit to
बॉल
him, he
डाल
took 2 wickets that
two
day,
wickets.
right? Yeah.
वही कह रहा हूँ तो but he's not a number seven. I'm really I'll be scared to look at him at number seven. Power hitting थोड़ी है उसकी. He had a very good number four का game.
Hmm.
So let's see
Hmm.
if he gets a chance how it happens. But हाँ
Correct.
Dushman Chamira again a injury prone person is coming to replace them. But again a 140 plus bowler. So
Correct.
the bowling is suddenly good, right? There's
Correct.
Rajita, there's that
They
Madhushanka.
should have
Madhushanka,
never dropped Rajita in the first place, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Rajita,
I,
Madhushanka,
hmm.
Kumara, and Matthews was a good combination with, of course, Tikshana.
Thikshana.
Now I
Yeah.
think, yeah,
But
but
they will
Kumara is
suppress.
a big loss again, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I just read right now. I was reading
Mm,
the preview for tomorrow's match. It's
mm,
Afghanistan, Sri Lanka.
yeah.
So whoever wins has this weird life. Even Afghanistan has a
Mm,
lifeline, by the way. I know it's not going to happen, but whoever wins tomorrow, the other team is gone in a
correct.
way. So they have a lot to play for. So should be might be close. Let's see. So yeah, that's
Correct.
pretty much. Let's catch up next week.
Yeah, so a lot of interesting insights that we discussed today. On that note, again, look forward to your thoughts. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you liked about today's analysis. Let us know if you feel some upsets are coming in the week to come also, and we can discuss on that in our next video as well. So do look forward to our next video, which will be after the India South Africa match. And till then, stay safe, take care, and enjoy India's winning momentum now, which is extended to 6 games, and hopefully we will win the World Cup unbeaten. That's the hope. So look
Well,
forward to our next video, and yeah, take care. Sorry, Sumit, any parting
I
thoughts?
was just saying. Otherwise, we'll see Sujay crying live on
Yeah, yeah.
one
Then
video.
I'll have to take a temporary sannyas from cricket. Okay, then. Folks. Take care. Stay safe. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.